Johnny Cashmere, why did you betray your friend Joel Maximo?
My friend Joel Maximo. Didn't talk to him for 12 years while I was not in the wrestling business. I have plenty of fair weather friends. Let me tell you something. With friends like Joel Maximo, who the hell needs enemies? I'm not getting any younger. I got to fast track my career. If it means blowing out the other guy's candle to make mine shine a little bit brighter, I'm all for it, Dank. I don't care what anybody says.
It's terrible, man. Terrible, man. Johnny Cashmere. All right, so Tiffany Avatar just lost the Goddesses of War championship, and I heard she went to, Lucky Leo's, to sulk in the candy stuff. So let's go see how she's going. What the hell? Tiffany, are you all right, Tiffany?
Is that my buddy?
What happened? You lost the title.
She poisoned my lollipop, smashed me over the head with it. I don't have my title anymore, buddy. I can't go home. I can't go to Candyland. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna lay with her, okay?
Oh, okay. All right, Tiff. All right. Man, that Amity, she's really tough. Wait, what? What the hell? I am hanging out with the new Victory Pro Wrestling Women's Champion, the one and only Gift of Gab, Gabby Ortiz. How are you tonight?
Obviously, I'm fan-freaking-tastic.
All right, you got a lot going on. Not only are you the new Victory Pro Women's Wrestling Champion, but you're also on the hit show Monster Factory. Let us know how that experience was for you real quick.
That experience was incredible. Honestly, I used it as a way to get more comfortable in front of a camera, and it really helped. And it was just an awesome experience, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
All right, I'm a big fan of the show.
Good, thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Let everybody know where they can get your merch real quick.
They can get my merch at this table at this present moment, but then hit me up on Twitter if you want an 8x10 if you're not here. I have my t-shirts are somewhere. Just go to my Twitter, okay? And my Instagram. It's all there. At Gabbity, Gabbity, baby.
All right, the one and only Gabby Ortiz, the new Victory Pro Wrestling Women's Champion.
Very nice.
All right, I'm hanging out with Cowboy Bob Orton. You're going into the St. Louis Hall of Fame, sir. How do you feel about that?
Oh, man, it's great. It's great. I can't wait. Some of them guys that are on there were my idols when I was a child, and to be a part of that group it's special.
It's very special, man. Your whole family's going to be here to induct you. How does that make you feel?
Great.
Of course it's great. Everybody's going to be here.
Yeah.
That's awesome, awesome. Congratulations, sir, and thank you for taking a moment of your time to hang out with me, Papa Dank, from Long Island, New York, really.
All right. Well, my pleasure. Hey, everybody in New York.
Thank you.
I just want to say that it was super rude of you to walk away from me earlier.
Talking to the New York State champion, you're going to have to pay up.
Do you take kale?
Dude, goodbye.
Whipwreck, Cation, doesn't matter.
We'll see what happens, but it looks like we have a special guest. Get my earplugs on.
No.
You was looking for Tina, and then you talk about people dominate tonight, all right? The Dirty Deeds, they got nothing.
We're going to have the new Starlet Champion. What's going on?
Hi, I am fearless princess, so why not team up?
All right, now just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo for February.
It's called the Shadow Ban, and I was like, that's kind of...
Hold on. Let me speak. Okay?
But today I got a very special guest. I got the great... All right, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and today I got a very special guest all the way from sunny Florida, the one and only Ruby Flyer. What is up?
Not much.
Hanging out. How's Florida today, bud?
Humid. Pretty gross out today.
Humid. Now, watch out for them alligators, man. I heard they're pretty dangerous.
I mean...
I had a whole conversation about alligators like a couple weeks ago with someone.
I'm like, probably the not scariest thing I've done, so...
I hear you. I hear you. Games of Glory Days. Congrats on 500. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. We're on the road to 1,000. Try to do it organically, Ruby. You know, I don't do like
Yeah.
shows about AEW or WWE. All I do is straight up interviews with professional wrestlers such as yourself.
Nice. Keep
All
it
right.
indie.
keep it. You know, don't want to cheat here. All right, but before we start, let's go over this event you got coming up at Warrior Breed Wrestling, Survival of the Fittest 2 on Saturday, August 17th, right there in sunny Florida. Make sure you go to warriorbreedwrestling.com to get your tickets. You are facing Izzy Reyes, man. Tell me how this match came about.
So it was like about a year or two ago because Warrior Breed took kind of a hiatus because I'm their inaugural Warrior Division champion, basically their hardcore division.
Okay.
And I've faced him in my second title defense in a multi-man, and it was supposed to be 1-on-1, but you know, cards subject to change, so they added 2 more guys to the match. So this match is more or less like guessing fans wanted to see this happen 1-on-1, so that's what's happening for this show in August. Like there's shows in between then that I'll be on, but this is like right now the big important show because I'm
That's the main one. Okay. All right. One of my friends was saying hello that you know Coraline.
Oh yeah. From RBW.
Yes, she is.
I've been hit head quite a few times, so I'm like trying to remember promotion names.
Right. She is from up here in New York, so I know her pretty well.
Yeah.
So
I know they're down here, so.
Yeah, she does some stuff down there. I know she's I think she's a champion down there too as well.
Yeah. Congrats.
Kudos to her. Kudos to her. She's picking up those belts. She's becoming the new belt collector, man. She's got a couple already.
Oh yeah.
So we love her and wish her much success, and hopefully she'll be on soon. But let me ask you about this. Brian F. Pro, you're on one of the Pride flyers. Tell me what Pride means to you.
So basically, I don't want to get super touchy feely about this, but what Pride means to me is it's basically because the community's done a lot for me as far as my mental health stuff like that. I feel like what Pride means to me is being accepting of those that want to be themselves and are scared to, or the the community's there to make you feel like you're not scared to be who you want to be or that person. Because a lot of people make you feel like you shouldn't be here, and it shouldn't be that way.
It should not be that way.
I feel like the Pride community, LGBT community, is like I said, try to be accepting of people and make you feel like family or like you're wanted. That's what it feels to me. Like I said, the community's done a lot more for me than my parents.
Wow, man. Well, let's go into the wrestling business that loves and appreciates you, bud. Let's start off with how you fell in love with professional wrestling.
I would say about when I was a kid, with my grandmother always watching because she's a huge fan of old WWF stuff like that. She's huge on Hogan stuff like that. So watching that with her, I was 5, kind of made me get a good grasp on wrestling, and because she continued, also my bonding with her, continue to watch out with her growing up, made me this is what I want to do. Because seeing how she is watching that is what made me want to do it.
Who were some of your favorites?
The wrestler that got me into wanting to be in this was Shawn Michaels. As weird as it is, then you find out how much of an animal he was, behind the scenes, later on in life. But yeah, he was one of the first guys I saw, and I was I want to be like him.
He is also my favorite of all time.
I want to be like him. And then the ongoing is I grew up idolizing Shawn Michaels and slowly became Mick Foley, but I kind of take that and as a compliment.
Right. 100%. We'll go into that in a minute. We got a question from Serena. What advice would you give to someone who's just coming out or afraid to come out?
Don't afraid. I think I'm almost sound like I'm repeating myself, but don't afraid to be you. Like I said, if someone mad at you for being yourself or wanting to come out, then that's their prerogative. There's an entire group of people out there that will accept you. I feel like you could choose your family. You could choose who your circle who you want to be around.
Right.
Don't ever feel scared to not to be yourself or come out or anything like that. That's my advice.
All right, Serena. That is Ruby's advice. Don't be afraid to be yourself, and that is great advice, 100%. All right, now tell me how you developed into the hardcore style of wrestling that you prefer.
So it happened by accident, actually. So
All right.
I was doing a show for promotion. Well, it's called SCW. They also, I don't know if you've heard of the Sausage Castle. It's supposed to be like the biggest party house here in Florida.
I have not. No, but tell me all about it.
Insane. Top Dollar AJ Francis was actually their champion at one point from WWE, TNA, who's another social media champion. So we were supposed to just do like a random, like a big old like multi-man match, and then they told us like before the show started, hey guys, everything you had planned, scrap it. We're gonna give you a bunch of toys. Go out there and kill each other. And I'm all, wait, what? So they gave us like light tubes, thumbtacks, all kinds of crazy stuff, barbed wire. Right. And my brain was like, I'm either going to hate this or I'm going to love it. So I did that first, and it turned into like a full-blown death match by accident, and I got addicted to it. Now I love doing it.
Nice. Now, is that the inspiration for your shirt?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Your shirt? Deathmatch Scum. I love it.
that was me turning a negative into a positive. So there's a lot of other promoters when I got into death matches and hardcore that were like, oh, he's a garbage wrestler now. I don't want to book him anymore.
Right.
He's scum. And I was like, deathmatch kind of has a good ring to it. I want to make some money off this. So I took lemons and just squirted it in your eye, pretty much.
Nice. I like the shirt, man. Pretty cool. Good stuff. All right.
Want one?
Pro Wrestling Tees. There you go. I'm gonna have to go in there and scoop one up. I'm eyeing a shirt that they just came out, put up on the site for AEW. I was like, oh man, that's a cool shirt. It's like a 4th of July type shirt.
Nice.
All right, let's go into your first professional wrestling match. Actually, no, let's go before that. Let's go into where did you go train to become a professional wrestler? Who were your trainers, and what were your thoughts during that initial training?
So I'm originally from California. So the moment I graduated high school, not the moment I graduated high school, I turned 18 when I was able to finally, make adult decisions from what my parents say.
Right.
We moved out to San Bernardino, and I got trained out there at Jesse Hernandez school called School of Hard Knocks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I trained out of. And I'll say it now, my entire training was pretty much, because I'm only like 5'2", so my entire training was trying to break me and make me quit, which is a weird mindset to have. Like, we'll see if he survives. It's like, well, I have a high pain tolerance, guys. So
right,
I'm either tough or dumb. So I survived, and
you survived, yes.
That's what it felt like. But I'm glad I stuck with it.
Okay.
There's a few times where I'm like, man, dude, is it really worth this? And I'm like, then I think about it like now, I'm like, hell yeah, it was.
All right, good stuff, man. Now, you decided, I guess, to move to Florida from California?
No, I actually moved to Florida, so there's a little gap in little period in time. And when I turned 21 in 2011, I joined the military to get out of California because I felt like I was just stuck because I wasn't going anywhere. I was just stuck wrestling there, not really going anywhere. And at that point, I was also couch surfing, so being a homeless indie wrestler was not really a fun idea. So I joined the military to kind of get out of California to kind of like give me a little bit of a boost in life.
Right.
And then I got stationed at Fort Campbell on the border of Tennessee and Kentucky. So I continued wrestling and when I got stationed there, I continued wrestling in Nashville, the Tennessee area. Then when I got out of the Army, I decided to move here instead of going back home. Because to me, I feel like Florida is like the mecca for pro wrestling, all the history, stuff like that.
Right.
Like, if I want to be the best, go where it's at. So I took the gamble and moved here.
Okay, all right. Are you in a school there too, where you go train regularly?
I used to go train with I used to go train at Lethal's school for a bit because I'm friends with a lot of the guys that wrestle or that were trained by him. So I'd go train for a bit. Now it's called the Wrestling Lab.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, but now I just like train where I can, like whoever has like an open ring day, just to stay in shape.
Right. Okay. Did you ever get a chance to meet Lethal, and did he give you any good advice?
I've been on a few shows with him.
Okay.
Because Tampa Bay Pro, the promotion that's here, that one promotion here in Florida, at one point was started because it was attached to his school.
Okay.
So I got to be around him quite a bit.
All right. Did he give you any good advice?
I think one good word of advice is I remember I did something. I had so many dumb ideas for one match. I think the advice was don't die.
Don't die. I mean, that's pretty good advice, even, you know.
And also his other advice was because I'm stubborn. When something's wrong, I will avoid hospitals at all costs. Don't be an idiot and go checked out.
Nice.
Minor. I had an infected spider bite that I thought would go away to tell anyone about. And he saw I was getting out of my gear and he looks at my leg, goes, "What's that?" I go, "I think I got bit by a spider." Go hospital now. Fuck a ring tear down. Go to the hospital.
Oh wow.
But word of advice is don't be dumb. Go get checked when something's wrong.
I was able to meet Lethal at a show, man. He's such a nice guy. 100%. Oh, we got a comment for you from Adam Dawson. Ruby's the man.
Thanks, Adam Dukes.
Serena's
I stream with him on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Part of my Call of Duty team.
Awesome. Good. Serena says, if you could have a match with one person, regular hardcore, who would you choose?
Oh, that is such a loaded question. I'm like, there's so many opponents right there. But I think right now, because I want to get him before he hangs it up, Nick Gage.
Okay.
Nick Gage.
Why do I want to have a match with Nick? Is it because he's just the hardcore king?
I keep telling people for my wrestling bucket list where it's normal and death match, I feel like he's my final boss. But I feel like I'm hanging it up, so he might have to come early.
Nice. What else is on the list? Just name a couple.
On my list, and it's not like big names either. It's people I've watched their match. I have a fun match with that person, mainly because of the dynamic. Sawyer Wreck is one. Schlack.
I never heard of Schlack. Is he from Florida?
I think he's actually from Jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I know he's another big deathmatch guy. Right now he wrestles for XPW. I think he might be their champion right now.
Okay. I've
been on like around enough deathmatch shows down here where I've had conversations with him, and I vibe with him. He's a chill dude. So I'm like, dude, we have so much fun in the ring.
Okay, all right. If he's watching, hopefully, you guys will have your match. Tell me about your most difficult match you've ever had with anybody. Why was the match so difficult? Serena's heard of Sawyer.
Serena's comment. No, Sawyer's definitely hardcore. I'd have a fun match with her. I think Neil Diamond is also on my list too. But back to my most difficult match. I would say I had a match it was like I think my second to last match in Tennessee before I left was I didn't know it, but we started the show with the Battle Royal. Don't know why they kicked it off with the Battle Royal, but some guy set me up in the corner, went for a sorry if I'm killing fucking kayfabe here. Set me in the corner, goes for I thought I was gonna go the way he set me up, I was going for a boot wash. Kick him in the face in the corner where they run by. Well, the way I was set up, I go, hey, cool, can hit me with the boot wash. He jumps up, I see him, he go for a basement drop kick, and my legs were together the way he set me up, not spread apart. So he landed directly on one of my I think it was my right foot, and broke my ankle. And I was like, I thought I was sprained. I'm all, shit. Someone eliminate me. Because I was in the main event for the tag titles later in the night. I go, someone eliminate me. Get to the back, tape it up, ice it. And they're like, what's good? I think I have a sprain. I'll be good by the main event. Get to the main event. I still was not good. And I still powered through that entire freaking match. And it got to the hospital. It's like, hey, your ankle's broken. I'm all, rad.
Ouch.
And then I fucking show them like bits and pieces. The doctor and like, wait, you finished like this? I'm all, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long was that injury? How long did it take to heal?
That one was cause it was a minor like fracture. That one it only took like a couple months to heal. But also I'm an idiot. I think I probably came back way faster than I should have.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, it was like everything was fine. Nothing else got messed up after that. But yeah, no,
Right.
it was. But yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it only took a couple months. It was like a minor fracture. It wasn't anything too huge. Not like I snapped the bone in two or anything.
Okay. Let's talk about some.
Brain when it happened. So that's why it was like. I guess it was that small.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm glad you're okay, man.
Yeah, that was 2014. So yeah.
All right, let's jump into your hobbies. What do you like to do for fun, Ruby?
Twitch streaming because I'm a nerd. I love to play video games. So that's not why I hear.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty. Another big one I play is DayZ. It's a zombie game.
Okay.
Every now and then I'll jump on Fortnite, even though I used to absolutely hate it. Now I love it.
Yeah, my son used to play all the time. He stopped playing that though. I think a lot of people stopped playing it, right?
What, Fortnite?
Yeah.
And then lately I've been stuck. I play this off streams. I don't think people want to just watch me play GM mode on live on stream. I've been playing 2K24 WWE.
Okay.
I thought because the last game I played was 2K20 and I thought it was hot garbage. It was like they put no effort into this game. Then I played 2K24 and I'm all, this is the best game since like SmackDown versus Raw 2007 because that was my favorite game for the longest time.
Right.
So they brought it back to like those SmackDown versus Raw games, like on like the gameplay stuff like that, stuff you could do in the games. I'm like, you guys brought the series back. Kudos.
Okay. All right. I haven't had a chance to play the new 24. All right. What about collecting? Do you collect anything?
I've been starting like a Funko Pop collection, like every other person on the planet. So right now I'm collecting all the Deadpool ones.
From the movie or the regular ones?
What? Just all the any Deadpool Funko Pop that comes out. I've been collecting those bad boys.
The new Deadpool Wolverine ones just popped up. I saw them.
For that movie to come out, I'm watching it when it drops in theaters. I don't care how packed it is.
Me too, man. I already got my ticket, man, for it. I'm ready to go. I'm on a 4:00 show over there.
Yeah, I was just gonna wing it and just do one of the try to do like one of the early viewings, like during the day when there's like less people.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. That's probably the most anticipated Marvel movie in a while.
In fact, they pulled Hugh Jackman out of Wolverine retirement. It was like amazing.
I know. They really they tempted him to come back, and he couldn't say no.
Yeah, no, and I guess the money's good.
Yeah, it's Marvel. They're gonna pay him well, and he's supposed to make the 2 films. I think the next one is like Secret Wars. He's gonna be in.
And putting, like I said, and everything with the comics, putting Deadpool and Wolverine together, it had to happen. I mean, we already did Deadpool Cable. Now we got to do Deadpool Wolverine.
That had to.
Thing should happen is now we got to do a Deadpool Spider-Man crossover.
That would be great.
Those comics had me rolling.
And who knows? Maybe they'll sneak a cameo in.
Right? I'd be about it.
I know they're working on the next Spider-Man films. What I heard.
Nice.
So it's supposed to be more grounded than the last one.
And then I'm guessing they're keeping Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Yes, Tom Holland's
killing it. He's killing it so far.
100%. He's one of my well, I loved Andrew Garfield, but he's up there.
It's funny because everyone's opposite, where they like didn't think he did a good job.
Garfield, I thought Garfield was great.
Because I think with Holland, he's what everyone imagined Peter Parker should be. Like he's also a really good Peter Parker, like the nerdy kid, kind of awkward.
Yeah, 100% he is, and the movies itself are really good.
Yeah, I have to see. I haven't seen the last one yet.
Really?
Yeah, I miss. I every time I'm like a squirrel. I get something happens. I'm like, ooh. You have to like literally you get me to watch me. You have to like sit me down and physically get me to watch it. Like.
Really? Oh man, you're gonna love that film.
Umbrella Academy. That's how behind on stuff I am.
You're on what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm watching Umbrella Academy on Netflix right now.
Oh, okay.
That's why you have to like force me to watch stuff.
Right. I mean, I've had I don't watch Umbrella Academy, but I just started watching the new House of Dragons.
Yes, I gotta start that one too because the season just dropped, didn't it?
It just the first episode. Yeah, it was like unbelievable. I don't even know what to say.
And then The Boys dropped last week. I gotta
The
watch
Boys.
I gotta
yes.
watch the first 3 episodes.
Three episodes. I literally maybe about half hour ago I finished watching the first episode of the new season. It was great.
Nice.
I think The Boys is also another one that's one of my favorites up there, and it is one more season after this one. They said after this one, number 5 will be the last one.
After that,
that'll be the last Boys. But they also have Gen V, so
yeah, they're gonna focus on that. That probably focus on the spin-off series.
Yeah,
like if they do too many seasons, it gets kind of stale.
Yeah, it does.
Like it took forever to get me to watch Letterkenny. My buddies had to like bug me until I got annoyed. Like, fine, I'll fucking watch it. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I watched this. But the last season, I thought the last season wasn't that good because I felt like they went too long.
Maybe.
But Shorzy's hilarious. I don't know if you watched those shows at all.
I didn't catch that.
Shorzy and Letterkenny they're shows out of Canada and they're freaking hilarious.
Oh, really? No, I haven't catched those.
Very dry comedy, but if you're into dry comedy, it's funny.
It's funny. All right, good. Hello, Mark. How are you? What did you think of Gen V?
I haven't watched that yet, but I will. Yeah. But I will watch it. I've been meaning to. I'm a huge fan of The Boys. It's just getting myself to watch it. That's like I keep saying.
Hold on. Games of Glory Days says it's like the last season of True Blood. Terrible.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
That one just felt like they rushed it.
True Blood. Yeah, True Blood was so great, and then they put out that last season, and like
it felt so rushed. Like
what?
The last season of Game of Thrones. It just felt like they just like we gotta knock it out.
Like, what's going on? Exactly. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, take some time. Don't rush it. Dusty Rose said best. Less and more, Daddy.
That's right. He did say it best. I think Gen V will have a big hurdle next season because one of their main cast of characters actually passed away in an accident.
I saw that on the internet, and like I said, then I felt bad. I watched it. I'm like, crap, they lost like a big actor. Shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. And they already said they're not gonna recast the characters, so
Brent's gonna write him out, which is gonna be. I'm gonna see how well they write. How did they pull that off?
I know. Yeah, me too, man. Sad.
Sorry.
Sad to die so young and tragically.
Yeah, like that happened with. I know we're getting a King of the Hill sequel series.
Oh, really?
And then the actor that played Del Gribble passed away. So what they're going to do for him is apparently he finished all his recordings for that season, for that first season that's supposed to come out. So I'm how they can write him off? I'm like, they need to have him go out in the most Del Gribble way possible. Like one of his crazy conspiracies takes him out.
Right. 100%. Oh, hold on. Adam says, Ruby, keep doing what you're doing. Amazing wrestling and streamer.
Yeah, do my best, Adam.
Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's jump back into wrestling for a moment. What promotions do you want to work for that you haven't had a chance to work for yet? And how come?
GCW is one of them. I've been trying so hard. Every time they're down here in Florida, I'm always helping out at the GCW. Like every time they're in Tampa, anywhere, I'm always doing my best to help out because I want to be on those shows. Especially at these big gay brunch when that's around. I want to be on that too. I love it. But GCW, cool. I wouldn't mind doing MLW.
Okay.
Another big promotion, and they have some TV just to get my name out there.
Right.
I've done extra work for Ring of Honor, stuff like that. I've done extra work for MLW enough times, but I'd love to actually wrestle. It'd be cool.
What kind of extra work did you do for Ring of Honor?
Security.
Oh, okay. And how was that experience?
It was fun. it was fun, especially like and then also being a worker too. So interacting with them, like when like if they're like getting in the face of a fan or they need to like do a pull apart, you know how to react with them.
Right. Okay.
They're just like, I know Madison Square Garden, they have to have their own security do it, and it's like, all right, good, let's have guys that aren't trained fucking do security for wrestling show.
Matt, really? I've seen some of the local wrestlers do come out at Madison Square Garden.
I think what they do is you have to have like
a mixture.
That's what someone told me. They have to have a mixture of it. I never worked New York shows, so I wouldn't know. It's something with their like Department of Labor.
Yeah, New York is kind of strict up here, man.
So you have to have like a mixture. Like even though you have guys, you still have to have like the venue security do it too.
Yeah, you gotta have that and a whole bunch of stuff up here that you don't do in other states, man. It's costly to run shows up here. So all the promoters that do New York shows always complain how costly it is.
I haven't worked New York yet. Is blood a no-go? Like,
yeah, you're not allowed blood, and you're not allowed all this other stuff, man. You can't use tables. You got to use the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
don't know. I don't know what the difference is, door or table, but
I think a lot of people have been using doors lately because they're cheaper to get.
No, in New York, you actually can't use tables. You have to use a door. So they get the doors, and you're right. They probably is cheaper to get because they're like, you look at like the tables are real solid, but you look at the doors and they're hollow.
Yeah, because I know I've seen it happen once. Because thankfully they're using interior doors. That's why they break so easy. Because my little ass has gone through those no problem. I've seen people accidentally use an exterior door, and they just hit it, and you're like, oh my god, that had to knock the wind out of them.
Yikes!
The exterior doors are so solid, and it was the wood one too. But it's like it's meant to hold up if someone's gonna try to kick your door in.
Right, 100%, man.
Yeah. But like what people will do with doors too is like especially states that allow blood and like death matches.
Yeah.
They'll just like add stuff to the door. Like we'll put staple barbed wire to it, add tubes, gusset plates to make the door look a little more menacing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not supposed to. If you bleed, you bleed, but it's not like encouraged to bleed.
Yeah, it can't be intentional. Not like here in Florida with Wild West. Like I can get throw pane and glass and no one will care.
New Jersey's the same way.
Yeah, oh yeah. Jersey's the place I want to work so freaking bad.
No, anything goes in New Jersey. Yeah, here you have to have like athletic commissioners at your shows, ambulance, doctors, and all bunch of stuff.
I heard Pennsylvania is the same way after ECW. They got really strict. I know for Mania Week that just happened, GCW did their collective there because they always run the same state that and towns that WrestleMania will be in. And their shows, those are the most tame GCW shows I've seen in the longest time. Like no blood, no like nothing crazy, no tubes, and I was like, man, you guys are just sticking to doors and chairs. Shit.
Yeah, they're trying to keep it cool with WWE because WWE controls a lot of the action that goes around them for big events like that. It's on their like contracts or something.
But when Mania was here in Tampa not a few years ago, oh my god, there were so many deathmatch shows running.
Oh really?
Like, holy shit!
Ruby Devlin says hi.
Hey. Sorry, she's she's a good friend of mine.
Hi, Ruby. How are you? Mark says New Jersey runs wild with deathmatch wrestling. Yeah, it's true. Anything goes in Jersey, man. When COVID first, like, people were starting to come back, like, Jersey's one of the few states that, you're out there wrestling.
One of my AirPods died, sorry.
No, you're good. So, yeah, New Jersey's the place to go, man. If I had a promotion that I'm in New York, I would run it in Jersey.
Yeah.
So, it's on my bucket list to have my own promotion one day. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'd come out. I'd come out for it.
Yeah, man, it'll be different for sure. Ruby says I'm good, and that's my bestie right there. Super proud of him. I'll see you soon. All right, Ruby.
I'll be out there in I'll be out. She's out in Denver. I'll be in Denver next month for for a show July 20th.
Oh, what cup?
For Primos Pro Wrestling.
Okay, awesome. Make sure you guys check Primos Pro Wrestling. Further information. Hopefully, Ruby will come on in the podcast in the future. That would be great. Oh, yeah. Let's go into traveling. Where would you like to travel outside of the United States? If one country stuck out to you, which one would it be and why?
Japan, all the way.
Everybody says Japan. Like 90% of people says Japan. Why Japan?
That country, I just love that style of wrestling. Whether it's the strong style, and also that's people are probably gonna in the chat correct me, but I think that's where death matches originated from. With Anita, stuff like that, with FMW.
Right.
And also, like I said, when you watch Japanese wrestling, it feels like an actual combat sport. Those guys go out there and
it does
beat the shit out of each other.
Literally beat the shit out.
Yeah, it looks and they're doing it safely too, but it just looks like man, someone might get knocked out in this match.
That is true.
And that's why I tell people, wrestling is supposed to be a combat sport. Why, we can do it safe. And yeah, don't kill your opponent, but let's make it look a little more gnarly, guys.
That's right. Don't kill your opponent.
But I'll just I'll throw one out there because everyone says Japan. My second, if I can't go to Japan, England.
Okay.
Because something about their British catch wrestling that catches my eye. No pun intended.
All right. It's on my bucket list to go to England too and catch some shows out there, man. Me and my friend are talking about doing something together because he's a podcaster as well.
Nice.
But Mark says Papa Dank Championship Wrestling would be an amazing show. I don't think I would call it Papa Dank Championship Wrestling. I'd have to call it something else. I just want to run it, but not because it's me. What'd you say?
I was trying to think of the acronym. Well, PDCW.
PDCW. Nah, it just doesn't sound right. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't roll off the tongue too well.
I'll save the names for another day when maybe it happens. We'll see.
Maybe DCW Dink Championship Wrestling.
That I could live with. Japanese hardcore wrestling is the precursor. I can't even say it. Precursor to American Deathmatch Wrestling.
Pretty much the predecessor. They were see, I was right. See, that's where the birth of Deathmatch Wrestling was.
Yes, the birth of Deathmatch Wrestling. Actually, it was. You watch all those old Cactus Jack videos and all that stuff, man.
Oh yeah, the King of the Death Match, stuff like that.
Did you ever get a chance to meet him, Mick Foley?
Yes, on one show there was a Fight for a Cure show out here. Show basically for cancer awareness, and then the proceeds went to that. He did autograph signing, and so did Rocky Johnson. May he rest in peace.
Wow.
I think what stood out to me, Mick Foley's a sweetheart, and funny is one of my wife was at that show. One of my wife's good friends was crying because she wanted to meet Mick Foley so bad. So when she got to meet him, it's went from oh my god to she couldn't hold back the tears. I'm all, no, Rebecca. But
nice.
But Rocky Johnson said something to me. Oh my god, that stuck with me when I was we're all shaking his hands before the show. The doors open. We're all yeah, I want to meet Rocky Johnson because Rock's dad. And he looks at me and he goes, "Someone your size doing this. I have a lot of respect for you." And I was like, "Oh, don't cry right now. Don't cry right now." That's
an awesome moment.
That was my choked up moment. Oh, don't fucking cry right now.
Yeah, that's
Rocky
a great
Johnson
moment.
Rocky Johnson said he respects me. Shit.
Nice. That's awesome. That's a good deal. I was able to meet one of my idols recently in the form of Cowboy Bob Orton, man.
Nice. Oh yeah, I saw in the commercials.
Oh man, what a surreal moment to be right next to Bob Orton and to actually get him to do a little thing with me. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was me when I got to a lot of people are gonna laugh their asses off, and I got to meet it was Mania week, and when they're here in Tampa, I got to that week. Thankfully, I got to meet New Jack before he passed, literally a month later.
Wow.
It was really intimidating. Everyone's like, "Oh, how's it meeting New Jack?" I'm all, fucking scary. It's New Jack.
Of course, New Jack. He used to jump off balconies.
Right? I shook his hand, and it's oh my god, I'm shaking hands with New Jack right now. Holy shit. And then a month later, and unfortunately, I was at a show in Denver. We're doing this is for Primos doing a deathmatch like theme show because they have a tournament later in the year. But they did a show that's strictly like to promote Slave to the Deathmatch, the tournament. And we're all shooting the shit in the locker room, and all of a sudden my buddy goes from laughing and shooting the shit to stone like solid face. I go, "Hey Johnny, what's up? What's going on?" Shows me his phone, like, "Dude, New Jack just died." I go, "The fuck?" And then right away, the promoter comes out like, "New Jack tribute show on the fly. Let's do it." And that's when I took my first weed whacker spot.
Wow, man, it was.
And how that came about too. The promoter walks up to me. It was like when we're all like collecting ourselves, going over our matches, and the promoter goes, "Hey, Ruby. Okay, you can say no. I won't call you a pussy, but would you be willing to take a weed whacker in your match?" And I go, "Fuck it for New Jack." And then I took a weed whacker in my match.
Ouch! Were you okay from it?
Oh, that shit hurt so bad. Like you thought chops were bad. Oh,
yikes! Weed whacker to the face doesn't sound really good.
And the guy giving it to me too. I told him, "Hey, hit me in the stomach. I'll be fine." Like, "No, hit you somewhere meatier. Get you in the pec." I go, "Okay, I've taken enough chops." And then we get to after the spot happened, get to the back. I go, "Bro, what happened? What do you mean? You said you're gonna hit me in the chest. You hit me dead on in the nipple." He would not stop apologizing either. I felt like a fucking purple nurple on steroids.
Yikes! Serena says better you.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was
man.
one of the dumbest things I've ever done. I'll say that. One of the dumbest things I've ever done in wrestling. Like, what dumbest thing you ever done? Take a weed whacker to the
Take a weed whacker to the. You know what, Ruby? That is a first here. We have never heard a story like that.
Yeah, I'm full of crazy wrestling stories.
All right, Ruby. Last question. What does the rest of 2024 hold for you?
I'm probably gonna jinx myself, but my 2024 goal is win Slave to the Deathmatch.
Okay.
I've done. This will be my 5th tournament. My goal is to win that bitch.
And who runs that?
The Primos.
Primos. Okay.
Wrestling.
All right. Well, Ruby, hopefully you make your goal for the end of the year, and thank you for being our guest on the show. Let everybody know where they can follow you and remind them where they get that merch that you have on.
Yes. Okay. So you want to find my merch? It's on prowrestlingtees.com/hybrid luchador, or just type in my name in the search bar, and I'll be the first one that pops up. And then I'm Ruby Flyer on all social medias, or also the handle is RB_Flyer. Twitch.com, Rufly, or Twitch.tv, Rufly89. I'll probably be on later tonight, depending how I'm feeling.
Okay. All right.
If I want to yell at kids on freaking Call of Duty tonight.
Good stuff, Ruby. All right, let's go. What am I doing next? I gotta pull it up first so I can let you know. I thought I had it up here. But all right, my newest vlog will be out tomorrow, and it is called Seaside Dank. Seaside Dank is coming out tomorrow, exclusively on my Papa Dank YouTube channel. As you can see, I am hanging out with social influence Ken Powers, TKO, and the one and only Samira hanging out here, and she's got a lot to say right there in that moment. Adam says he'll be on, and Serena says thank you so much for coming on.
Will this replay be available later? Or
yes, it'll be available. The Facebook one will be available right now. The YouTube, I think it takes a moment, but it'll be up as well.
All right.
On YouTube.
I'm gonna start sharing that link.
Share it up, man, and also coming up next for me is my special guest, the Greek god Papadon, and the cancer fighter Sean Wachter, as we discuss all things NYWC for this Saturday night. Join me back with those gentlemen. They will be joining me. Make sure you check out Brian F. Pro's work. He's doing some great stuff, and I believe he's running a sale on his graphics and all that stuff that he will be making for you for a smaller fee, of course. Check him out. Also on Pro Wrestling Tees, besides that beautiful deathmatch scum shirt, then gets the new Papa Dank vlog shirt, available now only at Pro Wrestling Tees. www.remarkablerwrestling.com. At the end of the month, we got Chamber Horrors coming up right here from Remarkable Wrestling in the first ever Elimination Chamber on the indie scene. So make sure you go to Remarkable Wrestling to get your tickets for that event. That event is going to be crazy. This Friday, speaking of hardcore, the one and only DJ Hyde of CZW is joining me on the show, and he's making a rare podcast appearance because he really doesn't do podcasts. So this is going to be really interesting. Ruby. Yikes. Also coming up in Connecticut, Wrestling Is Now presents Coming of Age as they are teaming up with Legacy is Timeless Wrestling for this event coming up in Connecticut in September 14th to be specific, as Lindsay Dorado will be on this card, as will the one and only Homicide. Make sure you go to Wrestling Is Now to get more information for that event. And Serena says she tagged you, Ruby, so it's on your profile. And yes, the sale for Brian is only $15. Want to give him a shout out. Thank you, Brian, for all you do for the community of wrestling in general as a whole. All right, everybody have a good night. Ruby, just stay on for a moment. I will be back at